Hello, I'm Laurie Cardoza Moore, president of Proclaiming Justice to the Nations, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to educate Christians about our biblical responsibility to stand with our Jewish brethren and defend the state of Israel against the rise of global anti-Semitism. So it's a great honor to be here with all of my colleagues again. My heart breaks that we're not in Jerusalem like we were last year, able to see each other face to face, but thank God for this technology. It's been very frightening to see the extent of which Pearson has operated. They own 80% of the textbook publishing companies here in the U.S., and of course they are purchasing more of the smaller textbook publishing companies to peddle the same type of propaganda. They're not changing the name to Pearson, mind you. They're keeping the original name of the publishing house that published this content. But why is this so important? Why is education and curriculum so critically important? Because, ladies and gentlemen, the younger, we used to see the propaganda on our college campuses, the indoctrination going on with our children when we send them off to college. But now they have shifted the focus to not only the college campuses, but K through 12, because if they can ingrain this hatred of our Judeo-Christian values, if they can ingrain the hatred of Israel and continue to peddle the false narrative, it poses a huge threat to the future of not only Israel and the United States of America, but the free world as a whole, collectively. So how do we ensure that our children, the next generation of children, love Israel? Well, the most important thing is what we've been talking about, education. We are to teach our children and our children's children throughout their generations about the Torah of Moses. This is what's required in the Bible. This is what God requires of us. We are to teach them the Torah of Moses, those first 5 books of the Bible. Why? Why would you say, as a Christian, why are those first 5 books so important to teach to our children? Well, because it's important for us as well to remember who the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is, to remind Christians of that biblical covenant, that promise that is eternal. It never ends. The covenant God made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and their descendants that would be forever. We, as communicators, as media Christian communicators, have that responsibility as watchmen. We will be held accountable. God will judge us based on what we did for our Jewish brethren. Genesis 12:3, God told Abram, I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. And in the Hebrew, if you were to translate that from the Hebrew to English, it would say, and he who ignores you, I, God, will utterly destroy. That's how serious this is. So it's even more serious to see an increase of anti-Semitism within Christianity. We are seeing a rise of replacement theology. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not true. That is false doctrine. That is false teaching. And that should not be taught to our children. Ladies and gentlemen, that you have come to this place, been given the gifts that you have in the media, the ability to communicate this message to Christians around the globe for such a time as this. Who knows whether you were brought to this place for such a time as this? We have to teach our children biblical truths, and those biblical truths do not change. That is what we are to teach our children, so that they too will understand the unique bond that Christians and Jews share, and how God is using us, the 2 witnesses in the last days, to testify of his truth to the world. I want to thank you all again for joining us at the summit. It's a great honor to be here. I want to thank my friend Nitzan Chen and all of those who worked so tirelessly to put this program together to make it happen, despite the COVID crisis that we are in. God bless you, and thank you for all you do on behalf of our Jewish brethren and all Israel.